bring up Manhattan Borough President Mark Levine.
Mark, thank you so much. This one. Yeah.
Nurses, make some noise. I said, nurses, make some noise. Let them hear you up there. Thank you, nurses, for fighting for patients. Here's what I know. When you have safe nurse staffing ratios, you improve patient outcomes. When you have safe nurse staffing ratios, you save lives. You're out here fighting for that. But it's also true that after the brutal last 3 years, nurses are exhausted and depleted. It's also true that when you improve nurse staffing ratios, you improve working conditions.
Yeah, unless you
We have hundreds and hundreds of vacancies up here. It's not a secret how to fill them. Pay nurses better. Improve working conditions. Improve staffing ratios. We are demanding this for patients. We're demanding this for nurses. I know you've enjoyed being thanked over these years. I know you love the applause. But we need hard contract results now. We need better pay now. We need strong health benefits now. We need better staffing ratios now. The thank yous are no longer enough. The applause are no longer enough. We need a fair contract. I am sorry you have been forced to take it to this point. But I want you to know that whether this strike lasts 1 day or 100 days, we will be out here supporting nurses until you get the fair contract you deserve. You're fighting not just for patients in this hospital, you are fighting for nurses everywhere. And for that, I am personally, profoundly thankful because my son Daniel's in nursing school. So, one day he's going to benefit for the pay and the staffing ratios you're achieving here. I love you, nurses, and my message to Mount Sinai is simple. Find a way. Find a way. Find a way. Find a way. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yep. You're not going to be able to slide it because of the bottom.
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you so much for your support, President Levine.
Thank you.
I am now pleased to bring up Queensboro President Donovan Richard.
All right.
Thank you. Y'all feeling fired up, nurses? Are y'all fired up? Are y'all fired up? Are you fired up? When the workers fight, they win. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. The workers united shall never be defeated. The workers united shall never be defeated. The workers united shall never be defeated. Let me say this. Let me say this. Let me begin with this. Shame on you, Mount Sinai. Shame. Shame. Shame on you to have these nurses out here who shed blood and tears to get us through this pandemic. To have these nurses out here, shame on you.
Shame.
There's been a lot of conversations about going back to normal in our city. Well, normal never worked in this city. It's why this pandemic was exacerbated the issues in communities, especially of color, across this city. We are not looking to go back to normal. We are looking for a new normal in this city. And that new normal means fair wages. That new normal means better staffing. We don't need a hand clap. We need more staff so that these nurses can operate and work in dignity. Healthcare is a human right.
Right.
Quality health care is a human right, but it takes investments. It takes you putting people over profits. We can no longer put people over profits. Too many people died during this pandemic because people put profits over the people. Those days are over in our city.
Enough is enough.
I'm glad we reached an agreement in Queens, but we're damn sure going to join Mark Levine in Manhattan and join Vanessa in the Bronx and join Antonio in Brooklyn and join Vito in Staten Island.
That's right.
This is not a one-borough fight. This is about saving the soul of our city. And that means ensuring that our workers are treated with the dignity and respect that they not only deserve, but that they earned for working people and working families across this city. So we will be here to strike, whether they like it or not. 365, we are not fair weather friends in this city. We thank our nurses. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you all. Now, as I end, we are coming upon Dr. King's Day next week. Dr. King talked about the fierce urgency of now. And the fierce urgency of now means we want a fair contract right now. The workers united shall never be defeated. The workers united shall never be defeated. God bless you all.
Thank you, President Richards. Fair contract now. Next, I am so excited to introduce New York State Attorney General Tish James.
All right. Thank you so much.
Let's go. Fire up.
Take us to
So,
church.
I'm here today because the nurses have stood with this city and in this state and this nation during a time when we needed them most. They sacrificed not only their own personal safety, but that of their loved ones. They were there for us in the darkest of hours. And that's why I am there for them. When loved ones couldn't get to their family members who were dying, it was nurses who held their hands. It was nurses who took videos and shared with family members. It was nurses who basically told family members the conditions of their loved ones. It were nurses who were there every day, some days without PPE. Again, sacrificing their own safety. And that's why this Attorney General is here on behalf of the nurses, because I know what they did.
That's right.
I know what they did, not only in hospitals, but in nursing homes. I know how many people died. I remember the bodies. I remember the caskets. And none of you were around. Not one elected official was around, but the only individuals that remain around and remain consistent were nurses. They wear red because this is about passion. This is about their heart. And their heart is in this. This is not about money. Let's be clear. It's not about money.
That's right.
The one issue that they care about the most, my friends, is the enforcement of the law.
That's right.
And I want everyone to know that last year, a law was passed in New York State
That's right.
which required safe staffing.
That's right.
What does that mean? It means the imposition of ratios from patients to nurses.
That's right.
And was it enforced?
No.
Was it enforced?
No.
Was it enforced?
No.
Did they have to work overtime? Yes. Did they have to work on a number of patients?
Yes.
At the peril of patients?
Yes.
And at the peril of themselves?
Yes.
And so it's so important that the Department of Health get it right
That's right.
and enforce the law.
Woo!
And no excuses. No excuses that you can't find adequate staffing. That's an excuse, and we reject and refuse to
right.
accept that excuse.
That's right.
You can go to the nursing schools. You can make sure that they have adequate staffing, because today Because today, while these nurses are on the street, you've hired temporary nurses.
That's right. That's right.
You've addressed the issue.
Right.
And so if you could do it now, you should have did it then.
Woo!
And that's why adequate staffing, that's what this strike is all about. Not money, but safety.
That's right.
Not money, but safety. Not money, safety. Not money, safety. Not money, safety. Not money, safety. You have to know that these nurses work hard and they are concerned about all of the patients inside. They consider them family members and they care about them. And that's why I've come here today, because they do not want to put any patients in harm's way. What they want to do is improve safety in this hospital, in other hospitals, not only in the city and across the state. My message is clear. Department of Health, enforce the law.
Enforce the law! Enforce the law!
Thank you so much, Attorney General James. Safe staffing saves lives.
Good, thanks.
Next, I would like to bring up from the state of Maine, Emma Cooper of MSNA and NNU.
Woo! Thank you for coming.
Hello, New York!
Woo!
Hello, fellow union nurses.
Yes.
My name is Emma Cooper. I'm a postpartum nurse in Maine's largest hospital, Maine Medical Center. I am happy to report that after nearly 50 years of struggle, we Maine Med nurses have finally won our contract with National Nurses United. And our first union contract with our employer. Coming from a newly organized hospital, I am so happy and so proud to bring you love and solidarity from the Maine State Nurses Association. Together in National Nurses United, we are nearly 225,000 nurses strong across the country, from California to Maine and from Florida to New York City. And that includes all of you from Mount Sinai and Montefiore. I am so happy to be here today to be a part of your fight to protect our nursing practice and above all to protect the patients that we care about.
Yes.
Through 3 years of this awful pandemic, we have all been on the front lines caring for the sick and for their family members. And I cannot imagine what it has been like to be a nurse in New York City through that time. With flu and RSV added to the mix, it is clear we are not out of the woods, not by a long shot. We have a long winter ahead of us. More lives will be lost, and many more nurses will experience moral injury because of too much work and not enough support from our employers.
Right.
We all know that we have a job to do, and that is a job that we happily signed up for. But how can we do our work well when our employers refuse to hire enough of us to do it? The answer is, we cannot. And what is management's answer to chronic understaffing? All they do is complain about the so-called nursing shortage, as if it was some uncontrollable force of nature they could have never predicted or prevented. But you know who predicted it? We did. Every time we asked for better staffing, better working conditions, and better pay, we told management, you need to fix these things or there will be bigger problems down the road. And that's where we are right now. We are at the end of the road that management has been kicking this can down for decades, and that is why you are on strike today. We all know nurses who have stopped working at the bedside because of the conditions that you are fighting today. And that's why we know there is no nursing shortage, just a shortage of jobs that we nurses want to work in. It is so inspiring to see you today here, also refusing to work under these conditions.
Thanks, Finn.
Withholding your labor is one of the most powerful, democratic, and American things you can do to make your employer finally hear what you have been trying to say. So on behalf of all Maine nurses and all nurses from across the country, let me say thank you for being on strike today and for being here. Thank you for standing up for yourselves, your families, your patients, your fellow nurses across the country. Stand strong, NYSNA nurses. Maine and NNU nurses stand with you. Solidarity today, solidarity tomorrow, solidarity forever!